Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessie. I do lifestyle, bookish, and planner content here on YouTube. And it's a little late because last week was a little crazy. Today I have for you my May wrap up and my June TBR. First, we'll start with May, and as you saw in my previous TBR, I think I just had the Lightbringer series as well as the Shadow Demon Saga on that list. I'm still reading The Broken Eye. It's a slow go. It is what it is. I'm listening to it on audiobook, but I'm not walking as much anymore, so I've been listening to it while I do dishes and like kind of little small tasks around the house. So I'm not diving fully into it, but as things start to calm down throughout the weeks over the next few, during the actual weekday, hopefully I get more read. And I haven't even started the Shadow Demon Saga. I've downloaded the first 3 books as they're free on Kindle Unlimited, but otherwise I haven't started them. Now, getting into June TBR, I have book 3 and 4 of the Lightbringer series. I'm currently reading The Broken Eye, and then the next one is The Blood Mirror. I'm hoping to get to these throughout the rest of my pregnancy, so kind of June, July, August-ish. I am not that much farther into The Broken Eye, but I'm hoping while I kind of slow down activity after the next 4 weeks, I'll be able to get more reading in. Well, mostly the weekends. We just have a lot of events and a camping trip, and then July is really slow. So I guess this is kind of June and July's TBR. Both of these are on it. So The Broken Eye is the 3rd book in the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. So we follow Gavin Guile, who is the Prism and the most powerful man in this part of the world. He is ruler. During the past war with his brother, who ended up dying, he discovers he fathered a child during this war. So we also follow Kip, who is the name of the child, his perspective throughout this entire story. And Kip is one of my favorite characters. The development he's going throughout the last 2.5 books that I've read, I really like his character, but I digress. But something's wrong with Gavin. As time goes on, he's slowly losing the color that he's able to see, which in turn means he's losing his powers, because this magic system is based on light and color, and rainbows and such like that. So people can draft specific colors like orange, red, purple, ultraviolet, yellow, and they all can do different things. So they draft a color into what they call Luxin, and that Luxin is able to create objects. You can be a polychrome, which means you can draft 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, depends from person to person. And the Prism, which makes them so powerful, can draft all of the colors. So as the story goes on, we add points of view. It's a wonderful story. Brent Weeks' writing is fantastic. It's to the point but whimsical. His characters go through so much growth and drastic changes. It's just a wonderful story. The other series... Oh, I don't think I'm centered. The other series that I would like to read in June, July is the Shadow Demon Saga by Sarah Cannon. We follow Harper in the beginning of the story, as far as I know, getting put into Shadowford Home for Girls, which is like a group home. And this is kind of her last placement that she could possibly be, because Harper has powers and they're starting to get out of control, and they've led to accidents at her previous homes. So now she's in Peachville at this group home when at her new school a cheerleader is murdered. All of the evidence is pointing towards Harper, and she realizes that Peachville has a secret, and her lineage may or may not be attached to this secret. And as she looks further into this death of the cheerleader to clear her name, some things come to light. That's all I'm gonna say. This is a reread for me. The first 2 books I've read, but I want to get through the whole thing. So 2 series on the go, 1 adult high fantasy, the other one young adult fantasy and contemporary. But I'm super excited to get back into this world. I want to reread it because there are things that I don't completely remember about it, but I know I love Sarah Cannon's writing. I follow her on YouTube on both of her channels, Sarah Cannon and then Heart Breathings, and yeah, I love her writing. It's fantastic, and I remember really loving the story, so I want to get back into that. So those are both the series that I want to read in June and July. Maybe I'll do a check-in at the end of June to see where I am going into July. But those are the books I want to read. Thank you so much for watching this video. As I said, I may do at the end of June, beginning of July, like a little check-in to see how things are going. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.